Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Zenaton, and welcome to today's video for Legends of Runeterra. Today, what are we going to be doing? Today we're going to be looking at a deck that, in my opinion, actually has been flying a little under the radar these past few days since the balance patch, even though this deck got a bunch of buffs. It seems like a lot of people just aren't trying it out. People are just dismissing it without even testing it out. I'm talking about Ashe LeBlanc. Ashe LeBlanc, freeze pile, freeze mid-range, whatever you want to call it. It's gotten a lot of buffs. Ashe herself, LeBlanc, Hearthguards, Trifarian Assessors, and many more cards have been buffed in the deck. But a lot of people aren't playing it. The reason being is some people are saying that it's a mid-range deck, and mid-range against Noxus, basically Disintegrate, is a little rough. While true, I still think the power of freezes is really good against a big portion of the meta. Things like Bard decks, a lot of Bard decks just struggle against freezes. So I think Ashe LeBlanc can take up a strong, powerful spot in tier 2, maybe even creep into tier 1 in a tournament setting with bans. So let's go and look at the deck, and I will talk about the deck and why we're playing certain cards and more strengths of the deck and some tech choices we can play. So let's go and look at the deck. Okay, so welcome to the deck. Welcome to Ashe LeBlanc. This deck actually used to be a very big, powerful tier 1 powerhouse of a deck a long time ago, and that's why actually a few people actually, are trying it out again after the buffs. Now, what's the problem with this deck? Why has this deck actually fallen off in terms of power level and never seemed to recover until perhaps recently? One, lots of nerfs. Trifarian Assessor, for example, going up to 5 mana. Hearthguard got a small nerf too. This deck actually used to not even play LeBlanc. It used to be Ashe Sejuani, and then even before that, it used to be Mono Ashe. But Ashe LeBlanc is just too good with the small reputation package we add. Another thing I'd say a problem with the deck was just power creep in general, with the game just getting faster and threats getting more resilient, card generation being so good. It's just a little bit tougher for the deck to keep up in terms of power level. We can see that with a lot of older decks like Karma decks, Karma Ezreal. Trifarian Assessor, while she's great card draw, you do need a board, and that can be a little bit of a risk against certain decks like Shadow Wild decks. But yeah, also I'd say another big problem with the deck is its early game. I feel like if this deck just had a little bit stronger early game, the deck would actually be a menace in the meta, and we'd be playing a lot of Noxus piles to try and counter this deck with, say, like Ravenous Flocks, Disintegrates, etc., maybe some Shadow Isles too for Ruination. But yeah, like, while Glory Seeker is great, the problem with Glory Seeker nowadays, in my opinion, is the 1 health. Having 1 health on a 2-drop is just such a big risk. Sure, you can say, like, well, you have Omen Hawk. Yeah, but you have to have Omen Hawk hit Glory Seeker, and that means you didn't keep Glory Seeker in your opener. But yeah, between Pokey Stick, Make It Rain, Blade's Edges, etc., it's so hard for Glory Seeker to live. But of course, the combo freezes plus Glory Seeker is really strong when it gets going. So you try to mitigate Glory Seeker's small health with your Troll Chants and perhaps even Elixir of Irons if you like them. I personally like Elixir of Iron in my list. I know some people like... it's definitely a flex spot, though. I know some people like to play Babbling Bjerg. I've seen some people playing the Transform Wolf guy. I actually don't remember his name. Merkwolf Shaman. Some people have been playing this. I feel like I'd rather play Babbling Bjerg over Merkwolf Shaman, but it's definitely a consideration in my opinion. The only problem is he is a little small, but Avaros and Hearthguard does sort of fix that. As for the rest of the deck, pretty standard Ashe LeBlanc deck. We'll go through it really quick and talk about the strategy, and then we'll play a couple of games. Really in the early game, we're just trying to set up some units here to slow down our opponent. Trapper is just here to give us a 1-mana 5/5 to slow down our opponents and get some beat down. Omen Hawk, just some extra stats here. Glory Seeker is here to just try to combo off with freezes. Helping achieve reputation is actually kind of nice too. Elixir of Iron is a flex spot, though. I'm basically just playing it as a 4th Troll Chant. I also really like it because it's 1 mana, and since this deck is a mid-range deck, we might not actually have 2 mana for Troll Chant by turn 4. You could definitely replace this, though, with... I can't remember the name of the 2 mana card. Inner Beast. You could definitely probably consider Inner Beast over Elixir, but I think the 1 mana is worth a little bit more than the value of the stance, and it does give 1 more health than Inner Beast. Couple of 3 sisters. I think 2 is the correct number. 2-1 split between 2 3 sisters, 1 flash freeze. You could play all 3 sisters, no flash freeze. I just like this split a little bit better. 3 Icevale Archers helps level up your Ashe, slow down your opponent in, combos well too with Glory Seeker and helping you get that big swing turn with your leveled up Ashe. A couple of Culling Strikes. You could probably go up to 3 if you wanted to, but Culling Strike, this is one of the strengths of Ashe LeBlanc. We're one of the only decks who can actually play Culling Strike and not have it feel bad. The only other deck I'd say that could even consider playing Culling Strike is Tri-Beam, and that's mostly because Culling Strike is a 3 mana card for them. But thanks to our deck being able to play freezes, opponents can't really use things like Twin Discipline, Sharp Sight, etc., to try and get out of Culling Strike range like they would against a non-freeze deck. 3 LeBlanc, 3 Ashe, not much to talk about here with our champions. We want to play all 3 of these champs. LeBlanc is mostly just going to be a 3 mana 5/2 beater, but if we level her up and get the Mirror Image, you can actually just hold on to the Mirror Image because it's not fleeting, and maybe Mirror Image, say, like a Trifarian Assessor for more card draw, maybe a Hearthguard if you want more buffs for your deck, or an Incisive Tactician too, to just get more rallies. 3 Ashes, of course, and Ashe is our main win con, I'd say. You level up Ashe, you freeze all of your opponent's stuff at burst speed, because freezes are burst speed, of course, and then you just swing with a lot of stuff, and your opponent can't really do anything, unless they can have a burst speed way to stop Ashe's ability, like a Hush, or a Mini-Morph. A couple of Bloody Businesses, just some interaction here. Bloody Business is pretty much just a 4 mana strike spell here, because almost everything in our deck, especially after 1 Avaros and Hearthguard, will be able to use Bloody Business. You could consider instead Whirling Death or even Noxian Tellstones. I don't like either of those over Bloody Business. Tellstones, if it weren't for the 8 mana spell in Tellstones, if it was something else, I'd actually consider Tellstones. But Whirling Death having to be used during combat, and Weapons of the Lost being a mediocre spell, and Sharpen Resolve's not the greatest, I'd rather just play Bloody Business. And there's no Freljord or Tellstones because that's just 3 sisters. 3 Assessors. Assessors is one of the main reasons why we want to play this deck. This card is nuts in this deck because it's usually going to be, I'd say, on average, a draw 3. So, of course, we want to play all 3 of them. Couple of Whispered Words, just a little extra card draw there that's not dependent on having a board. 3 Avaros and Hearthguards. We're going to play all 3 of them, especially after the buff. This guy actually survives combat now. So we're going to play all 3 of them, buffs your board, so you can just have really big things. Couple of Reckonings. Most of our board will survive Reckoning usually, and we can use this to just wipe out a lot of things. And as well, like with Culling Strike, we can combine it with freezes to wipe out very key cards. And a couple of Tacticians too for just finishing off our opponent. As for some tech cards though, or alternate cards you could play, I already mentioned Babbling Bjerg. You could definitely consider Babbling Bjerg. Captain Farron is another thing you can consider as well. I'm not a big fan of Farron over Tactician because Tactician's a little bit cheaper because of Reputation. We're probably going to easily activate Reputation with our deck. We're one of the few decks that can actually activate Reputation relatively easily. Outside of that, there's not that many other tech cards you can consider, but there's a few off-meta stuff you can consider. Harsh Winds is another tech card I'd say you could consider. Harsh Winds is actually very cute with a leveled up Ashe, just freezing 2 things. I'd rather just play another Flash Freeze or another 3 Sisters over Harsh Winds though, but you could definitely try to fit it in if you wanted. So overall though, very standard Ashe LeBlanc list. I think it is really strong against the right type of decks. Hopefully you just run into those, basically Bard piles, Demacia piles, in other words. And you try to dodge Noxus piles, I would say, and Riptide Rex piles. Anyway though, that is the deck. I think it's really, really strong. And let's go and take it for a spin on the ladder. Ooh, okay. So first off, we're against Cameron Hanzo. very good player, one of the best players in the entire game, in my opinion. We're just gonna throw away everything here. We don't really like this hand. Looks like they're playing a papercraft deck. This deck plays papercraft dragons, ruin runners, no actual phase synergy though. They play a lot of counter spells, so they're pretty much just going to counter Reckoning, Bloody Business, Culling Strike here, everything else. That's another one of the strengths of this deck is we're not too soft to counter spells. But this might be a tough game, though. If I had a better hand, like with a, Omen Hawk? Okay, whatever. I'd feel a little bit better if our hand was a little stronger, but this is not the worst. We're definitely not that weak right now. LeBlanc is a great draw. This is actually really nice now since we didn't play anything. We get to play LeBlanc into Ashe, and that just shows... That's whatever. Yeah, LeBlanc into Ashe just gives us a solid, how to put it? Hello, Glory Seeker. I actually might play you instead. Yeah, I kind of like playing Glory Seeker Archer here to deal with a 5-3. This thing's really scary. Gets rid of their chimed unit too, and it develops the board quite a bit. A little scared of Pokey Stick, but whatever. I could play around Pokey Stick, but I'm not going to. No, let's not play around Pokey Stick. I don't care if they trade like this, that's fine. I guess I could have played around Wallop too, whatever. Again, we've got freezes. I don't mind. I'm not sure I'm going to keep Ashe around, or LeBlanc around. I might try to keep LeBlanc around, though, with this hand. We'll definitely use Troll Chant here, though. Yeah, I'm thinking I might play Ashe into Three Sisters. I'll just have to be a little wary of... That's a problem. I'm just going to play Ashe here.
My arrow? I think not.
I'll just take 6. So here's the plan. I'll take 6 damage. If they pass, I'm also happy with that. I was expecting them to use Ruin Runner to trade for LeBlanc. They didn't, which is fine with me. I could draw 2 now. Or I could open attack, and I'm going to open attack because this will freeze the Ruin Runner.
My move.
Now here, do I care? I think I care enough to Troll Chant. If they want to wall up again, honestly, I'm fine with that. And I actually get the, yeah, this is actually huge. Now I get this, I get the mirror image. I don't think I have... Yeah, I don't have Reputation active yet. Papercraft is annoying. So I have to draw here. Yeah, I have to draw here and try and draw a second freeze or another Troll Chant. Those are not the cards I needed. I think I need all of this mana. I think I need all 10 mana here. So yeah, I'm just dead here. Yeah, we might just be dead here. Oh, we're super dead. Are we? So I have to draw into Troll Chant here. That'll work. That will definitely work, thankfully. Just barely. Luckily, it worked. Now, do they have another... I think they might have, like, Ruthless Predators, Absolvers. They didn't have any, so we probably just win the game here now. Probably. Because, yeah, I can open attack here. Another one of those, sure. I'll just open attack here. We can rally, and we've got Mirror Mage as well. Or Mirror Mage. Mirror Image. Oh, hey, and Ashe levels up, too. Pretty nice. So, GG. Okay. And game.
Now begins a new era of peace.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really know what I'm playing against here. I'm gonna keep... I kind of like keeping this. This might be a little weird to keep, but I think I'll keep this. Because I'm attacking... So I'm attacking on evens, and I want to play Glory Seeker on 2, or maybe even 3, and Ashe on 4, and attack with Ashe, and I might need the elixir to keep my unit, my Ashe, alive when they block. But yeah, this is weird. Like, Riven J4. I've seen decks that play Riven J4, but I'm going to be honest with you, you don't really see them too much. I'm just going to play Glory Seeker here, see if they pass here. I'm not attacking if they pass. I'm not trading for that either. So, I'm still trying to understand, like, what we're doing here, opponent. I'm just going to pass here. Like, sure. No need to develop anything. Elites? Are we elites? That seems weird. Alright, so now we can just play Ashe. We can kill with 3-1 if I want. We've got Elixir of Iron here. Am I going to get hit by Phlox? Like, so why are we playing Noxus if we're elites, though? Like, I don't think the Riven followers in Riven are enough for just Noxus. Are we playing against Disintegrates? Phlox? Are they really passing with that much mana? There's no way I'm passing here, right? Am I? I think I do. That's a lot of mana they're wasting. Sure, I don't get any reputation progress, but that's a lot of mana they just wasted there. And now I can play Assessor and just get 2 cards.
Demacia shall prevail.
Oh, that's cute, opponent. That's real cute. Okay. I forgot this card also got buffed too, but I mean, I got freezes. I can bloody business if I really care enough. Quick attack. You can kill a Glory Seeker if you want.
Stay back.
I'm gonna start with this and go from there. I'll just take the 2 here, by the way. I really want to develop Glory Seeker into Assessor here, by the way. If they have Sharp Sight, we'll freeze, I think. Interesting. Really interesting. So I can either freeze or bloody business. And I think responding to this with bloody business is the play. Because I feel like I'm going to have a harder time getting value out of bloody business than just the freeze. So I think we'll just open attack here. Clear their board. Get in 8 damage here, then develop Glory Seeker. Yeah, and this should activate Reputation for me. Nice, and now we've got Reputation. I could even rally if I wanted to.
I've trained my whole life.
Oh yeah, we're just gonna draw a billion cards here.
Sharpen the blade, secure the kill.
And if they have J4, if their plan is using a J4, we're just gonna freeze J4. And then probably rally. So we win. Yeah, GG. I really don't see my opponent coming back from this, unless they're weird and have Judgment, but I mean, what's Judgment gonna do against freezes? Freezes are great! And there's J4.
Leave the target.
So what?
My life forever, Rosa.
The time is right. Strike now.
And we're just gonna develop a LeBlanc here, open attack, win the game. I really, like, and GG. Very quick game.
A new Freljord will rise.
Oh, this stack. Am I going back in time? We're just gonna keep this as our early game. I mean, it's not Lee Sin Zoe, but Lee Sin versus Ashe is like a weird matchup. I'd say I'm favored, but that'd be if I'm thinking like I'm playing against Ashe, what's it called? Ashe, Not Ash, Ash. Why am I saying Ash? I'm gonna pass here and threaten Glory Seeker. I'm thinking like I'm playing against Lee Sin Zoe. That's it. Against Lee Sin Zoe, I think I'm in a great spot in this matchup. We'll just play Trapper here. This is actually great by passing on 2. We get a bluff our... oh, we'll definitely trade here. Yeah, this is a huge trade. Or not. Okay, sure. We'll just play Ash, but we're getting a bluff Troll Chant out. We'll play the bigger Ash. But yeah, freezes are so good against Lee. Palm is annoying, but whatever. I'm gonna offer a trade here. Do I care about the trading? Why would I offer a trade here? They're the one who needs board space. I can always chump away my Omen Hawk anyway. There's a Yeti, great. Hearthguard as well is pretty solid. I'm just gonna play my Yeti first off. If they pass, that's great. If they attack in, we'll just do some freezing shenanigans. How's a reputation coming? Terribly. Alright, sure. I'm gonna burn a lot of mana here by not playing Hearthguard, but I can't play Hearthguard. I think I need to hold up Flash Freeze. Sure, I can bluff Troll Chant, but I can't lose some of my board to... Okay, okay. Sure. That is fine. We will just freeze here. And we'll use our Ash Freeze, too.
The time is right. Strike now.
Sadly, I don't have Culling Strike here. Kind of surprised they did this into a Culling Strike, but whatever. And I'll just open attack here. I don't think I have to do anything weird here. I can just open attack. Can I win? No, I've had 1 freeze. I think I'll just develop the Hearthguard, actually. I've got another freeze.
Go get this tiny dove.
Yeah, Treasure Seeker's nothing, and we'll just Smork. I'm even going to throw in the 1/1, mostly because it's taking up space on the board, and I just need to get it out of my board.
Took it fair and square.
Your attack is obvious.
Yep, sure, just clean up the board on both ends. +3 towards reputation level up is nice, too. I'm going to just Troll Chant this. I'm going to use it all on this. I don't want to save the 3/3. I'd rather just play around them having a second twin. Like, the second twin, I think, is scary. I think if I lose my... I think I'm going to have to save Ash here. So I can go for the next turn burst speed win by drawing another freeze. Actually, I don't even need to draw another freeze. Ash will freeze herself. Yeah, we'll just open up with Flash Freeze.
Scores to settle, looks to kill. You know how it is.
Got anything else?
Fixing the world one
Okay.
scoundrel at a time.
This is fine. Everything here is fine. There's a lot of spells that are getting cast, though. I am starting to worry about this.
My lands need me.
I should have frozen something, though. I don't know. Maybe I should have played Iceveil Archer. Yeah, I should have played Iceveil Archer, definitely. Thankfully, none of my things... Okay, never mind.
Fate is what I make.
Oh, okay. You are going for this. All right, sure. So I think they're going to just pull in Ash here?
Prepare yourself.
Cool. I feel like the correct play is actually to use something else. Like, I feel like the correct play is to use action to pull an Ash here. Because they definitely know I have a freeze. Like, I'll just freeze here. And I'll just replay Ash. Yeah, because she'll get bounced. We'll replay her. This is whatever. She'll take a little bit of damage. I mean, I'll take a little bit of damage. But again, doesn't matter. We'll just replay her.
Faster than my arrow? I think not.
I can't go for a win, I think. I can try to draw into a freeze here at burst speed. Interesting.
Victory requires a sharp blade.
Deep Meditation is actually kind of good because it prevents them. I want to play the double Glory Seeker here, actually. Alright, so that'll get shrunk or frozen.
I need just a moment.
And we'll freeze you.
Avarosa, guide
And
me!
now they can't block with the 5-2 or Lee Sin. And I'll use one of my Glory Seekers to pull an action, is how I'm looking at this. I have no mana, sadly, though, and I have no more cards left. So you're getting to see one of the weaknesses of this deck. If we don't find Glories or Assessor here, we kind of do run out of cards. Sure, I had Whispered Words, but I didn't draw any freezes. So yeah, we're just gonna Smork here.
Stand to face me.
And yeah, they got no blocks, but they probably have a twin or something here. But they need a block with everything. Because I'm pushing in what? 14 damage? Yeah, even if they can block 2 units, I'm pushing in 14 damage. So they need to block 2 units. And sadly, that'll do it. Thankfully, they had to use an Overwhelm way to block, so I might actually be alive still? Wait, but now they get to play Landmark Warlord's Horde. But they had to play it this turn? Okay, hold on. Like, they draw... No, they're going for... Oh, God. How dead am I? Am I dead? Can you buff... Oh, they can definitely kill me now. They literally just need one spell. Oh, of course. Just a third Absolver will do it. Yep. Just draw 3 Absolvers. That'll definitely win you the game. And GG. Sadly, I don't have enough freezes.
Forgive me, Avarosa.
Oh, okay. Sure. This is actually one of the matchups I was looking for. I was looking for Bard Demacia to see just how good the deck is. I should have considered keeping Reckoning, in fact, but I need to find a very powerful early game curve. Honestly, if it weren't for the second LeBlanc and Whispered Words, this would be powerful. But it'll work. If I can draw a Troll Chant, this hand's great. I will gladly offer a trade here. Thank you, actually, for trading. That means a lot, you trading there. But yeah, so we've got double LeBlanc and Ash. If I can get a Troll Chant or something, I'm happy. Culling Strike's actually pretty strong in this matchup, I'd say. Culling Strike's just going to be strong in general thanks to Ash.
All right, let's get to work.
Alright, so we just dome them for 5 here. Really nice. I might Sigil of Malice here, actually. Reckoning. Oh, this actually might be a Reckoning turn. There's no way I Reckoning here, though, right?
A slight adjustment.
Yeah, there's no way I Reckoning. I think I pass here and just let this trade off. They passed? Yo, that's huge. So my problem with Reckoning there was single combat. I was scared of single combat. But yeah, this is really great now, I think. I've got Flash Freeze from 3 Scissors if I need it. I've got Culling Strike. That's kind of annoying in all honesty. I think I'm going to respond with this. Mostly to try and kill it. I don't need the second LeBlanc. I just want to kill this now. And then I get to attack in and push in another 5 damage. While also not activating, but furthering my reputation and my Ash level up. Ash might die here, though. We're probably going to have to freeze this. Okay, okay, not bad, not bad. Still haven't seen the, haven't seen any singles. And I do... Okay, that's whatever. I want to hold up all of this mana so I can flash freeze with my 3 sisters and calling strike in the same turn. Interesting play. No scout, kind of makes sense. I'm just gonna go for a calling strike to start with and see what happens with this. If they concerted, it's single. They only have 3 mana. We'll freeze it. Yeah. Well, no, yeah, of course we'll freeze it. Why am I thinking of anything else? Alright, opponent. If you've got another single, then you single Swiftwing here. But I think that's the only thing that stops us is another single. Beautiful. And that should give me more, yeah, reputation. And we'll just play Glory Seeker here into an attack. Hopefully I draw... I was gonna say, like, another freeze, but a Troll Chant will be more than good enough. What do I do about Galio? Now that I think about it. Maybe I should have just open attacked. Yeah, Galio's actually kind of a problem. Actually...
I'm awake. Must be some magic about.
If I attack like this, actually, doesn't Galio... Yeah, Galio gets shrunk, but it doesn't matter if Galio gets shrunk. Because, you know, he's got Formidable. Wow, do I just lose then? I can do this, I guess. And then we can do this? Interesting. So I've got Troll Chant to pop Galio. Galio Spell Shield and Reckoning if I have to, but that's a lot of... It's a lot of hope. I also have to hope they don't open attack. I don't think they would open attack here. I really, really don't think this is an open attack from them. I don't know what they developed, though, but I don't think they're open attacking here. Like, okay, yeah, challengers. So, am I going for it? I think I do. Sharp Sight's a little annoying, but I can't do much if they have Sharp Sight. I'm threatening Flash Freeze, I guess. But yeah, I think this is my line. I think this is the only line I have. I have to kill Galio now. Okay, all I care about is that Galio is dead. That's all that matters to me. Losing Ash is a problem, but we've got double Hearthguard coming up, so we're going to have some girth of our own. So yeah, I think I'm in a good spot here. And they don't even have any more board. Perfect. Another Ice Veil Archer. Yeah, we're just going to Hearthguard, play the bigger one first. We've got Ice Veil plus this. I can just trade for that if I want. Let's see what I get here. Maybe I'll get another Ash or a LeBlanc. Yep, there's LeBlanc.
I hate having to put my face on.
So this will give me a mirror image if they don't do anything here. And GG.
It was inevitable.
Okay, so welcome back to the deck. Welcome back to Ash LeBlanc. We did what? 4 games, 3 wins, 1 loss. We played against a Papercraft deck, Akshan Renekton. I almost said Gnar, but there's also a Gnar version out there. But yeah, we beat the Papercraft deck. We played against the weird Elite deck that was playing, not the new card, but the old card that got buffed in the form of Vanguard First Blade, which is whatever. We played against Lee Sin Action. We lost to Lee Sin Action. We also played against Bard Demacia, specifically Bard Galio, which is actually, I think, a little tougher for this deck than, say, Bard Poppy. We beat it, though, thanks to Reckoning. Reckoning against Galio was really good, even though Calling Strike would have done a similar job, but we didn't have it. But yeah, like 4 games with 3 wins and 1 loss. That's a pretty good start for this deck, I'd say. I'm definitely not a expert or even really good at this type of archetype mid-range. I do like Ashe LeBlanc, though. Ashe LeBlanc is one of the few mid-range decks I actually enjoy playing a lot. Back when it was a strong deck, I actually played it a lot, even though I'm more of a control player. Mostly because, in my opinion, it does give you a lot of what I like in card games, which is a lot of branching decision paths. For example, do I freeze here? Do I troll chant here? How do I set up my next turn? And trying to set up your future turns, like trying to set up a big leveled up Ashe swing. And that's always fun in my opinion. And this deck, of course, lets you do that, setting up future turns, trying to weigh your options with different plays. But yeah, definitely a strong deck in my opinion. Didn't go against any Noxus pile decks, any Disintegrate piles, Ravenous Flock piles. I will say that's probably the one deck we're going to struggle with if we ever run into it. But I definitely do think this deck is flying under the radar and think it's really, really good against Bard piles. Both Bard Demacia and Bard Ari. Because it doesn't matter how big the unit gets, you can just still freeze it. And it's good against other various things. Like, I think it would be okay against Turbo Thralls because you can just freeze the Thralls. And they're really going to struggle to remove your units. So you'll get a big Trifarian Assessor to keep you going and putting on more and more pressure until you eventually win. And we saw me doing that in a couple of games, trying to get some pressure with big units, protecting them with freezes and troll chants, Elixir of Irons, and then refilling our hand with Trifarian Assessor. In fact, our one loss against the Lee Sin player, we kind of just ran out of cards because we never drew our Trifarian Assessor. I think I might have drawn a Whispered Words, though. Anyway, though, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the deck. I'd love to hear your opinion on this deck and Ashe LeBlanc in general. I really just think the biggest thing holding it back is just its relatively weak early game. If its early game was a little bit better, I really feel like this deck could be a very, very scary deck, and I honestly don't know how to make it better. Basically, playing something better than Omen Hawk, and I honestly would take a smaller but healthier challenger than Glory Seeker, but sadly there's nothing out there really. There's the 3-mana 3/2 Wolf. It's like Rhyme Fang Wolf, I think, but it is 3 mana and it does mess up with our curve a little bit. So yeah, that's going to be it though for the deck, and I'd love to hear your opinion on the deck and what you think of it. And do you think it's actually a good deck for the current meta, or do you think I got lucky and that the games I played and the opponents I played were just either good draws from my end or bad plays from my opponent's end? And if you guys just enjoyed the video in general, I'd love it if you could leave a like or a comment down below. It always helps me and my channel out. And if you guys want to keep up with the Legends of Runeterra content, you can always go and subscribe to the channel as well. And if you want to watch me play some Legends of Runeterra, you can go and check me out over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Zenaton, where I stream pretty much every single day. Anyway, though, with that all said and done, thank you all again once more for watching this video, and until I see you guys in the next one, bye!